I bought a refurbished PS3, PS4, and Xbox 360 from DKOldies, and in this video, we're going to unbox them, test them out, tear them down, and see if DKOldies is actually refurbishing consoles now. It's been a little over a year since I bought my first refurbished console from DKOldies, and they still claim to be refurbishing all of them, so we're going to start with the PS3 here, open it up, and see what they sent us. Alright, and we first got the classic packing peanuts, which is fine if it's packaged well. Let's go ahead and see what's in here. I did order a game. What did I order? Last of Us. Yeah, nice. Let's take a look at this first. So we got The Last of Us. Ooh, that's in nice condition. See what's inside. It is complete in box. We'll take a closer look at that in a second. I also have my packing slip in here. All right, so here's the packing slip. You can see I bought The Last of Us. I also bought a PS3 80 gig reverse compatible acceptable system. There's a little QC procedure thing here that says it's 80 gigs. Backwards compatible, yes. Date 12/12/23. Hold on, did they actually delid this thing? That's kind of next level if they actually did that. Well, let's go ahead and take the rest of the stuff out of the box and see what's in here. We should have an OEM controller. Those are two cords right there. All right, and here is our charging cable, our OEM controller, which is a DualShock 3. Hey, that's in nice condition. That's a nice change, no third-party controller. And last but not least, we got our console. All right, I got this thing out of the bubble wrap. Let's take a closer look at it. And it is supposed to be an acceptable condition console, so I expect it to be pretty beat up, and you can tell here from the top, tons of scratches. And hold on, actually, this front flap is completely missing, which I guess that's fair. I think they say on their website that flaps and stuff could be missing because it's acceptable. And flipping to the back, you can see we have a CECH E01 console, which is a backwards compatible 80 gig PS3, which is what we expected here. Now flipping to the side, wow. Okay, so the warranty seal is actually gone, which is amazing. I'm actually kind of sad. Like, I don't see the warranty seal anywhere on here. And I used to collect those because it was just like a, nice little keepsake. But it's good to see that took some feedback, took the warranty seal off of there, and that's good. So now flipping to the front, as you saw, this flap is missing. We got 4 USB ports and everything else looks fine. It is clean. It's very beat up, which we expected. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll plug it in a second. Actually, first I want to take a closer look at this game. You saw it is in nice condition, complete in the box. Disc looks good. But yeah, let's go ahead and turn the console on, see if it works. Console is plugged in. Moment of truth. Let's turn the power on. We got a red light. Will it turn on? We're about to find out. Any free games? Nope. Don't expect there to be any. But let's make sure it boots up. All right, so console was factory reset. We got it booted up, connected to the internet. Let's go ahead and check and make sure we have 80 gigs on here first. All right, we're on version 4.8. We got 80 gigs of space. Okay, so it makes sense. And I will actually mention something I just noticed is that this USB-C cable, or USB-C, this USB mini USB cable is actually like a nice thick cable. That's good. It's not one of those old school cables that are very thin and cheap. But yeah, let's go ahead and put a disc in here. Make sure The Last of Us works. And we'll of course try out a PS1 game, PS2 game, make sure everything works. All right guys, well we have somewhat of a predicament here. I booted up The Last of Us, updated it, played it for like 10 minutes, and the console seems to have overheated. You can still see that the red light is flashing on the front. I didn't record anything while I was doing that. I was just kind of playing around for a little bit. So let's go ahead and try to turn the console back on, play again, and just see if the same thing happens. Well, I should also note that I've tried to boot up The Last of Us like 4 or 5 total times so far, and it's worked one time. It just keeps getting stuck on this loading screen. I know The Last of Us was kind of like a PS3 killer, but it should be loading it up at least. Oh, it's booting up. Hold on. Finally booted up to the main screen. Let's go ahead and boot back into the prologue and see if it even makes it that far. So just a little update here. We are finally actually booted into the game, playing the game. Console's been on for like 12 or 13 minutes. Fans are probably 50% speed. We're blowing out a little bit of hot air. It doesn't feel like super hot or anything, but this is the true test. Let's just go ahead and start playing the game and see how long this thing lasts. Oh no. All right, I saw some frames drop, which is, I'm not sure if that might be completely normal for The Last of Us on the PS3. Like I said, the PS3, or The Last of Us is kind of like a PS3 killer, but the fans just ramped up to like, I don't know, 60 or 70%. Let's keep playing. Oh, yikes. There it is. All right, so we got about 3.5 minutes into gameplay, and it overheated. And yep, there you can see, we got the red light flashing. And honestly, I don't think the fans were even at 100% yet. I'm just using the ear test, but I think it was like maybe 60 to 80%, something like that. But I honestly thought they were like actually refurbishing consoles now at this point, but considering they sent me a console that dies within 5 minutes of playing a game, I guess they either didn't refurbish this thing, or I don't know what the deal is here. But let's go ahead and try out a PS2 game, and then we'll open this bad boy up and see what's happening inside this thing. All right guys, so I played this PS2 game for like 5 minutes, and it's working without an issue except for the fact that the fans are just going crazy. It's kind of like PS4 jet engine kind of situation here, but anyways, I just want to open this thing up and see what's happening inside, so let's do it. Now, we all know that DKOldies has pretty much every console and game you can think of, whether it's a PS3 like this one, a PS4, an Xbox 360, but you know what they don't have that we all love? Tasty and high quality cereal. And that's why we have Magic Spoon sponsoring today's video. Now, I know a lot of you are like me and you like to snack while you're watching YouTube, and Magic Spoon fits that bill perfectly here with a variety pack of 4 delicious flavors that include fruity, frosted, cocoa, and peanut butter. Now, me personally, I love to mix different cereals, so my go-to combo has been Magic Spoon's fruity cereal plus their frosted cereal. It gives me this fruity and sugary flavor that I remember eating when I was like 5 years old, but the craziest part is that Magic Spoon's cereal has 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and 4 to 5 grams of net carbs in each serving. And going even further, Magic Spoon is keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, wheat-free, high protein, and naturally flavored, so nothing artificial. So click the link down below or go to magicspoon.com and use my promo code JacobR to get $5 off any order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product that if you try it and you don't like it, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. So hit that link down below and try it today. So first thing I'll do here is pull out the hard drive and kind of just, that gives us a good gauge as to if this console is going to be dusty. If you guys remember from the Desert PS3, that was kind of my first indication that the Desert PS3 was just not going to be clean at all. So let's pull this out, take a look, and oh yeah, it's clean. All right, so they probably did clean out the inside, maybe. I don't know, let's open it up. All right, top cover's off and it looks pretty clean there. I got all these screws out. Let's go ahead and take this piece off, and this is kind of the big reveal here. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty clean. We got some fingerprints here, probably from the person who cleaned it up. I see you guys. You cleaned out something. That's good to see. But now here's our real test. It's going down all the way to the thermal paste, obviously, and then the bottom part of the PS3 is usually the dirtiest part. So there is a chance they open it up, cleaned out this top cover, put it back, and that was it. But yeah, let's I'll come back once I'm all the way down to the thermal paste, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, let's take this piece off, and oh wow, okay, that is pretty clean down there. Hold on, let's just do a little quick comparison to the Desert PS3 if you want to show a clip on the screen compared to this one. Yeah, this one is oh yeah, okay, they actually came down here and cleaned that out. All right, big reveal time here. We got this loose. Let's see, did they? Wow, yeah, they did delit it, because you can see the heat spreader just pop straight off there. That actually just makes this whole situation even more confusing, because not only did they replace thermal paste, but they delitted the console, which if you don't know, basically that means that they take the heat spreader off and take that off. Usually by default from factory, there's like a bunch of glue there that holds it down, and it's really difficult to pop it off without breaking the console even further. But let's think about this. So my theory here is that the console came into their shop with either yellow light of death, overheating, something along those lines, and they decided that they were going to open it up, replace thermal paste, delid the console, see if that would fix it, which is a good, good option there. Probably does fix it, but they put it back together and tested it for like 5 minutes and said, hey, it works, let's go ahead and ship it off. That wasn't quite the case, obviously, because you can't play The Last of Us for more than about 5 minutes of gameplay without it overheating. Yeah, I'm torn on this console. Like, they clearly are putting in more work now. They're at least cleaning it up, replacing thermal paste, delidding, which is actually impressive, but they're still sending out consoles that are broken, which is not great. But yeah, let's put this thing back together, move on to the next console. Now, next up, we have a 360 and a PS4. You can see the label says DKOldies on it, so you know it's from them. Let's open it up and see what's inside. All right, we got some, what is this? Oh no, come on, man. Really? All right, so as you can see, we have an official 360 controller, which I had to pay $10 extra for. We got Fallout 4, Assassin's Creed 3 for the 360, PS4, 500 gig system player pack, whatever that means. And it's supposed to be the original PS4, not a PS4 Slim. And then we have the 60 gig Xbox 360 standard. Nobody knows which model that is, but you know, hopefully it's a good one. And these cases are actually like in a little plastic bag. That's kind of cool. And then the part that I kind of scoffed at earlier is that we saw this old school power adapter, which is just, these third-party power adapters for the 360 are just not good. But anyways, let's move on to the 360 controller here. And hey, yeah, that looks pretty good. Definitely OEM. Battery pack is a new battery pack, which is good. Pretty clean. We don't have too much of the gamer juice. It is pretty yellowed and stuff, but that's just what happens with 360 controllers. But yeah, other than that, looks pretty good, feels pretty good. We got an HDMI cable in here. We have a power cord for the PS5, or the PS4, obviously. And the PS4, do we have an OEM controller? It appears so. Hey, nice. And this one, oh, that one's in nice condition as well. Hey, okay, well, the back does not say that, but the rest of it actually looks pretty good. Oh, these are definitely new sticks. Yeah, I won't say they're bad, but they're definitely different now. Wait, hold on. I just noticed that this controller is like chewed up right there. Not a big deal, but when you're going like this, you can definitely feel that chewiness right there. All right, now let's move on to the consoles next. We got the PS4 here and the 360 here. Like I mentioned earlier, I have no idea which 360 model this is because they don't specify in their listing. They just say 60 gig or 20 gig or 120 gig. And 60 gig could be a few different consoles. Like I think there was a 60 gig Xenon and a Falcon and a Jasper. Don't quote me on that, but I'll look it up. But there's just multiple models, and you can also just throw any old 60 gig hard drive onto any old 360. So no idea if I got a good motherboard or not here. Maybe we got a Jasper. I really hope so. No, that's a Falcon, I believe, and it actually has a service date on it, which is not the best sign. But yeah, overall the console looks pretty clean. I think I bought the acceptable version, maybe? I don't remember actually. That clicks, and yeah, we got a 60 gig hard drive here on the side. Now I will say, it kind of looks like this console's never been opened before, because if you look at these holes here, like 95% of the time when I get a 360 that's been opened before, it has just some rough marks around these holes because you have to basically poke into them to open the case up. So that's interesting. I guess if they did a pro job on it, it won't show any marks, but if we pop off the faceplate, we should see if there's still a warranty seal intact here. Nope, it's broken. Okay, so definitely been opened before, which is a good sign. Hopefully they refurbished it. Let's put that to the side and take a look at the PS4. All right, let's see what's in here. All right, we got the fat PS4. This appears to be like the OG because we get a glossy finish here, not a matte finish, and it is very beat up. Now I did buy the acceptable version, so that's kind of what I expected. Flipping to the front looks fine as well. But now flipping to the back, let's take a look at the manufacture date. So first of all, we have the model CUH1115A, manufactured in August 2014. So yeah, this is less than a year after launch. So it is truly one of the launch PS4s. And you can see it's definitely been opened before because all of these warranty seals are gone. Again, no DKOldies warranty stickers on here, which is good to see. But yeah, hopefully this thing's been opened up before because these launch PS4s, yeah, these things are like jet engines. So let's go ahead and start with the 360, plug it in, turn it on, see if it works. Hold on, sorry guys, I forgot to take a look at these games here. And yeah, they came in these little packages right here, which is pretty nice. I guess that's to package or to protect the game. Now, Assassin's Creed 3, complete in box. Got both the discs in there. And we got Fallout 4 for the PS4. Looks good as well. Let's take a look at this disc. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and turn on 360, see if it works. All right, guys, console's plugged in, ready to go. And one funny thing I found inside of the packing box or the shipping box is a broken silly band. You guys remember these things? I don't know why that was in there, but just an interesting find. But let's go ahead and turn it on. 3, 2, 1. We got power. Let's see if the disk drive opens up. It does. Yeah, that band looks new. That's good to see. But let's go ahead and turn this console on. There it is. It's sweet. All right, boot it up. That's what I love about the 360 is how quickly you get to the main menu here. Let's go ahead and put in Assassin's Creed 3, which is the game that I bought from them. And one more thing while this thing is booting up, I realized I forgot to look at the back of the packing slip, which actually has our QC procedures for both the PS4 and the 360. So the 360 was, I guess, done on January 9th, 2024. HDMI, yes. Plug B. Interesting, they go by plug numbers. And we got functionality confirmed, drive belt replaced, thermal paste replaced, capacitors inspected, acceptable. Okay, cool. And then the PS4, also clock battery, thermal paste, functionality confirmed. Okay. I mean, if these are matching up, then that's good to see. Now, hold on. There's actually no condition listed there, which it was definitely an acceptable condition console, but yeah, let's go ahead and make sure this game works. So the game is working. It's been on this initial cutscene for like 3 to 5 minutes, so I haven't actually played it all, and wow, what do you know? As soon as I say that, I'm actually playing now. And yeah, so the game is working. It's blowing out some, I don't know, I said some warm air. It's not cold air, which is a good sign, so that thermal paste probably has been replaced. And one more thing I noticed is the controller definitely has some replacement thumbsticks right here. So you can see right here, the texture is just like slightly different. They're actually pretty good for third-party thumbsticks, but they probably had, you know, really worn down ones before, so they swapped them out. This is an OEM controller right here that you can see is worn down itself. I will say the OEM ones just feel better. They just feel OEM. These are not bad though. And they're certainly better than the third-party controllers that they sent me in the past. But anyways, there's not much else to look at on this console other than the storage. We can make sure it's 60 gigs. Yeah, it's close enough. And the initial setup is not grayed out, so family controls are not on here. But let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what's going on the inside. Got the bottom cover off, and so far everything is very clean. I don't see like any dust at all there, which is good to see. We are missing 1, 2 screws, not a big deal, but just something to note. Actually, 3 screws, but again, not a big deal, just something to note. I am curious why they're missing 3 of the long screws though, because these things are so easy to find. I'm sure they have like an abundance of them, but whatever. Let's go ahead and take this top piece off. See what it looks like beneath here. And top piece is clean. Good to see. And heatsink is clean there. Heatsink is clean there. Let's go ahead and pull the disk drive out. And yeah, it definitely looks very clean in there. Wow. Got the fan out, got the shroud out. Those are both very clean. Next up, we'll take the entire motherboard out, take the heat sinks off, take a look at the thermal paste. So down to the X-clamps now, we're gonna go ahead and pop them off. And in case you haven't seen this before, this is an X-clamp removal tool that somebody in the comments told me about like 6 months ago. You just slide it kind of under like that and it pops off the X-clamp very easily. It's actually a whole lot easier than what I used to do in the past, which was basically like a flathead screwdriver. And yeah, it just makes the whole process a lot easier for the most part. There it is, pops right off. Let's go ahead and check the thermal paste. We'll go ahead and just lift it off like so. And yep, that's definitely been replaced. Nice, dude. Okay, I see you. All right. Refurbishing some consoles. All right, let's go ahead and take off this X-clamp as well. That one off. Let's go ahead and pop off the heatsink here. And yep, got thermal paste on those as well. Guys, I'm actually very surprised that we are looking at refurbished consoles from DKOldies right now, based on what happened in 2023 and 2022. But hey man, at least we got some improvements here. Last but not least, let's go ahead and open up the disk drive here, and I want to see if they did anything inside of this. So I have the disk drive open now, and it looks like they came in here and cleaned it up because I don't see like any dust or dirt on either side of it. This band right here also looks new or cleaned, one of the two. And then we also have some more grease, I think, on these three rails. It looks new, might not be, not 100% sure. But there you go, guys. We finally have a DKOldies console that is fully refurbished and fully working. You know, the PS3 was refurbished but didn't actually work. But anyways, this console is good to go. Let's go ahead and move on to the PS4. I got the PS4 plugged in. Let's go ahead and turn it on, see if it works. 3, 2, 1. We got power. Let's see if we have any free games. Nope, nothing. And if you guys remember, the last time I bought a PS4 from DKOldies, they clearly never tested it because it still had the users, the old users' data on it, everything. I think it might have even had a disc in it, maybe. I don't remember, but that was pretty wild. But we'll see if this works. So the PS4 controller appears to not be working. It is plugged in. I tried plugging it in multiple times. Let's try the other USB port here. Okay, great. So either the PS4 controller is dead, or the cable's dead, or the ports are dead. Let me try another cable. All right, I'm trying another cable, and that seems to be dead as well. All right, guys, so final test here. I have the same cable, same USB port into the DKOldies controller here. Doesn't turn on, doesn't do anything on the screen, but then I plug it into this other random controller that I have laying around from the Hampton Hall, which is a series I did recently, and it just works perfectly, and this controller is just ugly and stuff, but okay, great, thanks. So you know, maybe they refurbished the console, but they didn't refurbish the controller since it just doesn't work. So let's rely on this Hampton Hall controller for now, which only partially works in the first place. We can see it is factory reset, obviously. Let's go ahead and put a game in and make sure it works. So we got Fallout 4 here. Make sure it boots up. Nice. All right, so do they say in their terms that they refurbished the disk drive as well? Let me check. Yeah, so I don't see anything specifically on their website about the disk drive, but clearly the disk drive needs to be, pulling in the disk is like a part of making sure it's fully functional. And it's you know, it's mostly good, but like, yeah, all the rollers needed were cleaning there, and it should be able to pull it in just fine. So I would think that's part of their refurbishing process, is if it doesn't pull the game in all the way, they clean off the rollers or whatever. But let's make sure the game actually boots up now. All right, guys, so we moved on from Fallout 4 to Gran Turismo Sport since I could boot it up pretty quickly without having to install the entire game. I've been playing for like 10 or 15 minutes, and it was working without an issue. The fans are blowing out some warm air. It's actually not a jet engine yet, which is you know, surprising actually. But yeah, this console is good to go so far. I guess let me connect to the internet, make sure it's not banned or anything, and then we'll move on to opening this thing up. Sweet, so it looks like we're good to go here. I just connected to the internet, logged in and everything, and you can see there's a million just random things popping up now. Apex Legends, why did that pop up? I don't know, but it's working, not banned. So this console is good to go, except for the disk drive is weird and the controller doesn't work, but let's open it up and see what it looks like on the inside. So I got the bottom piece off here, and it's definitely very clean, so it's for sure been opened up before. Fan looks clean and everything. Let me go ahead and tear this down to maybe the disk drive first and see what that looks like. All right, guys, I got the disk drive out, and you can see there's two rollers here. So basically one right here, and that's essentially what the disk rolls on to go into the disk drive. And you probably can't see on camera, but I can look at them and see that they're definitely dusty. So all they had to do was clean these off, and that probably would have fixed the roller issue. I don't know 100% sure because I'm not fixing it right now, but that's most likely the issue. But yeah, so far this thing looks mostly clean. There's still definitely some dust in it, so I don't think they tore it all the way down, but maybe, I don't know. Let's keep going down to the main board. So I got this plate off, and at this point, I'm a bit concerned this thing was actually not clean all the way, because you can see just a bunch of dust on this panel. Actually, you can see it pretty good on this panel. You probably can't, but it's definitely dusty, and then this board right here is pretty dusty, which in and of itself is not a big deal, but it kind of tells you that not sure if they took it down this far, because if they were taking it down this far, why did they not just clean it anyways? All right, but this here should be the big reveal of the thermal paste to see if they did anything there. Let's go ahead and check, and yep, that definitely looks replaced. It's even more confusing. Why did they replace the thermal paste but not finish cleaning the board? Like, it's actually Yeah, it's super dusty in here. What, what in the world, dude? Like, look at that. Again, it doesn't really show up on camera very well, but this entire section is dusty. But guys, I guess that's it. And honestly, my conclusion at the end of this video is that DKOldies has made some improvements, but they still have a long ways to go considering we had an overheated PS3, bad PS4 controller, bad PS4 rollers. They're partway there. They're making improvements, but yeah, still not good for how much you're paying and what they're claiming to do online. So guys, let me know down below what you think about this, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.